Hey guys, Lynn Burke here, owner of Blues City Music. Thanks for stopping by. We really appreciate it. We're at our storefront in downtown Memphis, American Recording Studio. And we're doing our Guitar Amplification 101 classes today. And we're going to talk about another one of Jeff Diamond's products from Diamond Amplification in Houston, Texas. And this is called the F4. This is a really nice amp with a great price point, okay? Now, this is not a custom shop piece. This is an import. But these amps are made in a certain part of China that Jeff handpicked. And they're put together there, and then they're finished and tested and worked over big time in Houston before they end up getting boxed and shipped. I'll play this amp. I really like it, okay? This has got a lot of potential for those guys that just think it might be a little bit too expensive to jump off into the custom shop piece. And right now, this amp's around $1,000 US. It's a great amp for a two-channel amp. Again, it's a two-channel amp. Both channels are set up the same way. Both have 6 control knobs for each one. And you can set up gain, structure, and your EQ for both. You've also got a bright switch on it. And you've got a channel selector on the front of this amp, and as well as a depth control and a global master, i.e. the effects return. So we're going to break this down and talk about it in a little bit more detail, but it is a wonderful amp for guys that are looking for a big tone and in a British-style EL34 amp, okay? So let's break this down, take a look at the front panel, and take a look at the rear panel of the Diamond Amplification F4. Okay, guys, let's take a look at the front chassis of the Diamond Amplification F4. Starting over here on the left side, industry standard, your power on and off switch, standby on and off switch, green jewel light. You've got a master as well as a depth control. So we're going to come back to that once we talk about the individual channels and give you some more information on that. So hold that thought. Guitar input. Over here, 1/4 inch, industry standard. You're going to have channel 1, which is your clean, channel 2, which is your overdrive channel. And you'll see that each one of these are set up the same. Green is your clean, red is your overdrive. They've both got gain, volume, and a standard Marshall style EQ, bass, mid, treble, followed by a presence control on both channels. So this is going to give you the ability to come in here and set up this gain on your clean channel as gritty as you want it. You can have it clean. You can have it real aggressive, whatever you choose. Same thing over here on your overdrive. So this is going to be a little different than your custom shop amps that have 2A and 2B. This is just going to be straight channel 1 and channel 2. And if you want to switch this down here, it does come with a foot switch. But if you want to switch it manually and you're just playing at home or recording in a control room, channel 1 and channel 2, and that'll do it for you all day long, okay? Back over here, we've got the depth control. So remember, that, like presence, is not part of the EQ, and you need to add that last, okay? You need to add that last. So what you need to set up here is your depth control. If you want a lot of bottom end, you can add that. That's going to be frequencies below the bass, okay? And then over here is your global master. Now, the way you are able to use that global master is if you have the effects loop send and return active on the rear of the amp from either using a jumper or using your G system, G major, or just plugging in send and return and looping all your individual foot switches, well, then that effects loop is active. Again, it doesn't have to be pedals. You could just plug a small 6-inch patch cord through there, send to the return. That activates the master, and you can by using this as your global master, it will take care of bringing down all the volumes for channel 1 and channel 2 the same amount. Use it sparingly, though. Okay, use it sparingly though, and you'll be able to find out exactly where you want to dial this amp in. And finally, over here we've got a bright switch, and bright. And then off. And guys, you can set that up the way you want. Throw the switch, see if you like it. it's going to be basically normal and bright. So if you've got a really dark sounding amp or dark cabinet, you can use that bright switch and that'll help brighten it up. Or if it's a little bit too bright, leave it in the off position and that'll essentially give you back to normal. Okay? So let's turn this around and take a look at the rear chassis of the Diamond Amplification F4. Okay guys, here's the rear chassis of the Diamond Amplification F4. Starting over here on the right side, got 4 different possibilities. You can see this one's checked down here for 120 volts, 60 hertz, which is US configuration. You could go 100 Japanese, or you could go 220, 230 European Chinese. Standard IEC removable power cord. Any one you've got is going to work fine. Doesn't have to come from Diamond. Here's your 2 fuses over here. You can just use a small Phillips head screwdriver. Counterclockwise removes these. Jeff likes slow blow fuses. You need to go with 250 volt AGC slow blow. So you're going to put a 4 amp right here, and you're going to put a 1.25 amp right here. 2 speaker outs, okay? You can call us, or you can do the math, or you can find the information online. It'll tell you exactly where you need to set your impedance selector based on your total load. On this particular amp, it's got a slider here between 4, 8, and 16 for your ohm selector, okay? Coming over further left, you've got your effects loop. Remember, when you use this effects loop, you're going to be able to use the effects return as a global master. All you have to do is either have a small patch cord, i.e. jumper, plugged in to the send and return. You can run in a G system, a G major. You can run foot switches, individual pedal, chain, whatever you want. And as long as you've got something in the send and return, then that's going to allow the effects return on the front of the amp to act as a global master. And then finally over here, you've got a foot switch. Unlike the custom shop amps that have a TRS, tip ring sleeve, this is just going to go, remember, this is just channel 1, channel 2. All you're going to need is a 1/4 inch mono plug. Any guitar cable will work, guys. Don't get creative. It doesn't have to be an expensive cable. And all that's going to do is change from channel 1 to channel 2. Okay? So this is the rear of the Diamond Amplification F4. And in conclusion, you can see that you've got the EL34s back here. This amp is utilizing Chinese EL34s, and quite frankly, everybody better get used to that unless you've got a large stock of Russian. The JSC Russian plant is out of business January 14. And you can also see in the back, those are your preamp tubes, and you're going to have 6 of them, where over here on the far left you see you've got a preamp tube shield over V1. That's usually your biggest troublemaker, so that's why there is a tube shield over that to keep it from going microphonic as quickly. Okay guys, that's the Diamond Amplification rear chassis F4. Guys, this is the F4 from Diamond Amplification out of Houston, Texas. It's a great choice for a lot of tone for a really fair price. Right now it's sitting around $1,000 US. 2-channel amp, EL34, got British tones written all over it. Give us a call at Blues City Music, 901-485-8250. We'll be glad to hook you up with this amp. You can also catch us on the web at www.bluescitymusic.com, and you can find us on Facebook and Twitter at Blues City Music. If you want to catch me international, if I'm not answering the phone, if I'm in the airplane, 901-485-8250. Send me a text message. I get that worldwide. And I'll text you right back, and I'll set us up for a phone call. It'll be via a Skype line, which is 661 area code out of Palmdale, California. And that's me calling you to talk about this amp. Okay? The Diamond Amplification F4. It's available at Blues City Music all day long. Give us a call. Thank you.